Hello everyone, welcome to TalentSprint. In this session of polity, we shall continue the planning topic, that is the part 3 of planning. So the previous sessions we have discussed till the planned holiday after the third 5-year plan up to the year 1969. So we shall continue the planning topic. Now the fourth 5-year plan from the year 1969 to 1974. So this is for a period of 5 years from 1969 to 1974. So the fourth 5-year plan focus has with growth with stability. So the focus of the fourth 5-year plan is growth with stability. So we must grow and it must be stabilized, not a fluctuating growth. It must be stabilized growth. Okay, this is the focus of the fourth 5-year plan. And the important events during the fourth 5-year plan was the nationalization of 14 banks. So first 14 banks were nationalized in the year 1969. So why we need nationalization of banks? Because when government owns some banks, the private banks do not cater to the last person in the village. Like we have RTC buses and the private buses. So they don't care about the poor people. So when government owns some banks, so it can control the banking activities to reach the last person in the village. So some banks were nationalized. That means government has owned some 14 banks in the year in 1969, which were having 50 crore rupees or more capital. The next important event was the Indo-Pak War in the year 1971. So to liberate the eastern Pakistan, India has helped the eastern Pakistan, the present Bangladesh. So while India was helping Bangladesh, the actual Pakistan has attacked India in the year 1971. So as there was turmoil, this plan was a utter failure again. And there was also the first nuclear test was conducted in India, and the name was given as Operation Smiling Buddha. Why? Because all the countries were laughing at India because it was the first nuclear test of India. So it was named as Operation Smiling Buddha. It was conducted in the year 1974 at a place called Pokhran in Rajasthan. Okay, so these are some of the important events during the fourth 5-year plan. And the target of fourth 5-year plan is 5.7% of GDP, and they actually achieved was 3.3% of GDP. So hence it was a failed 5-year plan of India because of war. Okay, so moving on to the next 5-year plan from the time period 1974 to 78 only, generally 1974 to 79. So what happened, why it was terminated in 78, we shall see now. The fifth 5-year plan is based on D.P. Dhar model. A person called Dhar is an economist, D.P. Dhar. So he has given this model. So his focus was on removal of poverty. So the famous slogan of which was given during this 5-year plan was Garibi Hatao. So let's remove poverty from India, which is stopping our development. Okay, so this was the famous slogan given during the fifth 5-year plan. Clear with this? A very repeated question in many examinations, and remember, planning is a very important topic for any general studies examination, let it be central service examination or state service examination. So we shall study or discuss planning in very detailed manner so that we shall not miss a question from planning topic. Okay, so Garibi Hatao slogan was given during the fifth 5-year plan from 1974 to 78. And what are the important events which took place in the fifth 5-year plan? So regional rural banks, RRBs, were established during the fifth 5-year plan in the year 1975. The first RRB was established, its name is Prathama Bank. In Uttar Pradesh, it was established in the year 1975 on 2nd October on the birthday of Gandhiji. Okay, so which will cater the rural people. And next important event was the imposition of internal emergency in India in the year 1975. So emergency was imposed in the country in the year 1975. What is the reason? Do you know about it? So let me tell a story about it. So the story behind it is, so at that time the Prime Minister of India was Srimati Indira Gandhi. So her election was cancelled by the Honorable Supreme Court because she used some official machinery. That means government machinery was used to win her elections. So this election was cancelled by the Honorable Supreme Court. So to protect her Prime Minister post, she will ask the President at that time to impose emergency, saying there was internal disturbance in the country. So the President imposed emergency in the year 1975. Okay. So because of emergency, there was turmoil in the country. There was disturbance in the country. All the free articles will be suspended. Fundamental rights will be suspended. Except 20 and 21, like that. Okay. We have learnt in polity about emergency. So as there was turmoil in the country, this 5-year plan was terminated in the year 1978 by the Janata Party government. So after Congress Party, Janata Party will come up into power during emergency. So it will terminate this in the year 1978. The target of this 5-year plan is 4.4% GDP, but achieved was only 4.8% of GDP. Okay, 0.4% was the increase than the actual target. Clear about 5th 5-year plan? So as there was turmoil in the country, again there was planned holiday number 2 from the years 1978 to 1980. So as Janata Party came into power, it has stopped these 5-year plans because of the turmoil in the country due to internal emergency in the country. So rolling plans were introduced during this 5-year plan. What do you mean by rolling plans? Generally we have annual plans means for 1 year. 5-year plans means for 5 years. So rolling plans means they don't have definite time period. We don't know when they will end. So such plans are called as rolling plans. But they have ended in the year 1980. Okay. So this was terminated again by the Congress Govt government, which came into power in the year 1980. Clear about this? So this is planned holiday number 2. So when was the first planned holiday? 1966 to 69. And this is second planned holiday 78 to 80. Clear with this? Moving on to the next 5-year plan, that is 6th 5-year plan. So from 1980 to 85. So the focus of this 6th 5-year plan is increase in the national income of the country. So when I increase the national income, because national income calculates the income of all the people in the country, whether he is from primary sector or secondary sector or tertiary sector. So increase in national income is the focus of the 6th 5-year plan. Okay, and the important events during the 6th 5-year plan was nationalization of 6 more banks in India. So earlier 14 banks were nationalized in 1969, later 6 more banks were nationalized in the year 1980. Okay, total 20 banks were nationalized with this. So only there are 2 phases of nationalization in India. 14 first, in the second phase 6 more banks in the year 1980. These 6 more banks were having 200 crore rupees or more capital money. Okay, and NABARD was established during this 6th 5-year plan. This is a very repeated question. NABARD was established during which 5-year plan? It is 6th 5-year plan in the year 1982. NABARD stands for National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So it is for the development of agriculture and rural areas. It is headquartered in Mumbai. Okay. Till date the chairman is Harsh Kumar Banwala, HK Banwala. Okay. And the target of this 6th 5-year plan is 5.2% of the GDP, and the achieved is 5.7%, more than the target. Clear with the 6th 5-year plan main events? So why I have consolidated the data means we need the important points for our examinations. Okay. So moving on to the 7th 5-year plan from the year 1985 to 1990. And the focus of the 7th 5-year plan is food, work and productivity. So we need to improve our food grains productivity, and also we need to employ more number of people. When people are employed, they get income. Then only the country's income will be increased. So this is the focus of the 7th 5-year plan. And the important events during the 7th 5-year plan is the establishment of SEBI. SEBI stands for Securities and Exchange Board of India. It is a regulator of capital market, that is stock market in India. So it was established in 1988. Okay, with the headquarters at Mumbai. It controls all the stock market regulation in India. Okay, the big brother of all the stock exchanges in India is the SEBI. It is the controller of all the capital market in India. And the target of 7th 5-year plan is 5%, and the achieved was 6%. Okay, clear with this 7th 5-year plan? Next is planned holiday from 1992. So this is a planned holiday number 3 from 1992. Why there was a planned holiday? Earlier there was some emergency or wars which were going on for the previous holidays. But what happened during this planned holiday? So there was financial crisis in the country. It is actually BOP crisis, balance of payment crisis. So there were high imports and very less exports. So we used to import lot of oil, and next importing thing is gold. So to pay for our imports we need foreign currencies. So we had very less foreign currencies in 1990s. So to overcome this, India was asking many people for loans. So there was actually a financial crisis in India during 1990s. So to overcome this problem, so plans were stopped during this period. So that's why there were planned holiday number 3. So annual plans were introduced during this time period from 90 to 92. Okay, so they were ended in 92 and they were terminated in the year 92 by the Congress party government. So the next 5-year plan is 8th 5-year plan from 1992 to 1997. So this is the 8th 5-year plan from 1992 to 1997. The important events during this 8th 5-year plan is the introduction of economic reforms. So why reforms were needed for India? So India has faced a famous crisis, that is balance of payments crisis, financial crisis. So it was faced by India. So we had a lot of imports but very less exports. So always exports should be more or less equal to the imports, but exports should not be less than imports. But we are facing this crisis since many years. To pay for our imports we need foreign currencies. So to overcome this problem, India went and approached IMF, International Monetary Fund. At that time the Finance Minister of India was Manmohan Singh under the government P.V. Narasimha Rao government. And there was also a crisis with the death of Rajiv Gandhi in the year 1991. He has died in Coimbatore. Okay, when he attended a public meeting. You can see this in the movie called Madras Cafe. It is clearly explained how Rajiv Gandhi dies. Okay, so one is financial crisis and another was death of the Prime Minister of India, that is Rajiv Gandhi. So with these two events, country was in crisis. So India went and approached IMF under the leadership of Manmohan Singh. So IMF said that I will give you money, but on one condition. What was that condition? If you open up the economy of India, the foreign people will come into India and invest in India. So then they will give you foreign currencies to India. If you close your economy, no one will come and give you foreign currencies and you cannot pay for your imports. So India agreed to that condition and took money from IMF. So Manmohan Singh has introduced reforms called as LPG. L stands for liberalization, P stands for privatization, and G stands for globalization. What is liberalization? So to open a foreign company in India, there were a lot of rules and regulations. Getting permission was very tough. So license Raj system was reduced or removed. That is liberalization of rules, setting free some of the rules. And what is privatization? Privatization means allowing private players into Indian markets. When we allow only, they will give you foreign currencies. Private sector banks came into India after 1991 only. All these ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, all these have come after these reforms only. Foreign direct investment, FDI, has come to India after 1991 only. Foreign institutional investment, FIIs, in stock markets have come after 1991 only. So when they come and invest in India, they will give us foreign currencies. So then we can spend for our imports. Okay, so these were some of the reforms. And what do you mean by globalization? Allowing Indian markets to global markets. When we make a product, it should be global. It should serve global markets. So these were the reforms introduced by Manmohan Singh in the year 1991. Particularly seen during the 8th 5-year plan. Okay, and also India became the member of WTO, World Trade Organization. Where is its headquarters? It is headquartered in Geneva of Switzerland in the year 1995. What is the earlier name of WTO? GATT, G-A-T-T. Okay, General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. Later it changed its name to WTO. These were some of the important events which changed the face of India. Now we have foreign currencies of some $350+ billion, okay, which are needed for our imports very sufficiently. So these are some of the important events during the 8th 5-year plan. The target of 8th 5-year plan is 5.6% and achieved was 6.8%. Clear with this? So this is all for this session. We shall meet in the next session. Thank you so much.